Hey, Joshua. One hand, Joshua. One hand. How was my trip? Oh, when I went outside yesterday, we didn't go. Yesterday we didn't go too far. Catherine was friend's foot was hurting her, so we didn't go too far. Thanks for the thumbs up. What you do today, Joshua? You went outside? Yes. Nope, I'm staying home. So if you're staying home, Joshua, how come you haven't been doing no videos on cooking burgers and fries to go with salad? Okay. So how come you don't show yourself cooking? You got to do some more videos, buddy. How come you haven't been doing no videos? Is there a reason why? You told me soon before. Your soon is over. You haven't made no videos since I don't know when. Because I'm liking all your videos. I don't have no more to like. Get out, Coco. Get out. Yeah, I don't have none to like, so I need some new videos. If I can like by April. Oh, okay, that's right around the corner. That's right around the corner. That ain't so bad. So everybody's good? Everybody's good? Mom and dad? Everybody's good? You have brothers and sisters, Joshua? I never asked you. You have brothers and sisters? I was very busy during the. Well, you could put the phone up, and you can videotape yourself while you drawing and painting, and put that up. A lot of people up here like to draw and paint, So, you know, could teach them something. One sister and a brother. Or even while you're sitting down talking to your brother and your sister. Just have a little conversation. We don't want to be on camera. Just turn the camera away from them. You can even turn the camera away from you and we could just hear the voices and just have a conversation. That's a video. Yep, that's a video. Yes, all the time, but they live separate. You're the only one home. Okay. Well, the next time they come over or the next time they visit, you know, even with mom. Mom don't have to be on the video. Sit there, have a conversation with mom. Bring up a conversation and see what she want to talk about. A lot of ways. You're a content creator. So I see you almost up to 400 views. 400 subscribers. That's good. Yeah. I'm come to Flatbush by 2022. 2022. Okay. You know your way around Flatbush because you lived out here before. Nothing wrong with that. Yep, nothing wrong with that. Bought me a new little glass, drink my little sodas and juices and stuff like that. I think it's so cute. I'll find something to put in it. Right now, a little ginger ale. And I love olives. I love olives. I eat olives like grapes. Sure do. Yes. I'm ready for some more folks coming before I start running my mouth. And until then, I should have found a scripture to read. Let me see. Oops. Let me see what you're saying back here. Okay. Thanks for the thumbs up, Joshua. Let's see. Let's see. I wanted to talk about mental illness. That's what I wanted to talk about. Mental illness. Even though I talked about it in the past, I just want to bring it back up today because my neighbor had an incident, and just because her daughter is 33, but she could pass for maybe 25, 24. What is mental illness? Mental health disorders refer to health conditions that affect the way a person will respond to the demands of everyday life. Mental illnesses involve changes in a person's behavior, thinking, and emotions. And that is so true. And mental illness is also, it don't mean that you have to be crazy to have mental illness. It's stages in mental illness. Jeremiah 17:9 say the heart is more deceitful than all else and is desperately sick. Who can understand it? hmm Ecclesiastics 9:3 says, this is an evil in all that is done under the sun, that one thing happens to all. Truly the hearts of the sons of men are full of evil, madness in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. Okay, I was just trying to find something that kind of hits to mental illness, but I just popped on with this here in mind. I really didn't look up scripture like I really should. Those two that I gave is like okay, but my neighbor, like I said, my neighbor has a young 33-year-old daughter, and I knew her from like back in the past, quiet girl. Um, you may see she had probably had like a little slight something, but due to drugs, it kind of like as she got older, it kind of like triggered it even more so in her way of thinking, her actions, her behavior, and her emotions. So she does a lot of those strange things. Well, mostly I would say she fights a lot. She got that fighting demon. Hey, Mohawk Mike motorcycle. Haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on, brother? Glad to see you. You're well. Glad to see that you're well and okay. I like to see my old folks pop up every now and again. I gotta go visit your channel too. Sure do. Hold on, let me drop you a link. How you been doing, bro? Oops. Let me copy your link. Hello, everybody up there in the bushes. Thanks for the thumbs up. Let me put down motorcycle Mike down here. All right. Hey, Mind's Journey. I'm up here. I'm just talking about a few things, and then thank you for liking my channel, and make sure you get the links that I'm dropping. We're all family up here, so the more the merrier. The more the merrier is fine with me. Let's see. Yes. So okay. I just want to drop those few and thank those out there for coming in. I feel everybody in their family has somebody with mental illness. Somebody in your family has mental illness. I don't care who it is, because I know in my family it was my mother. So I dealt with mental illness for just about all of my life, really. So, and there's levels to mental illness, and it deals with their way of not coping, sort of not coping with life, really. Their emotions, their feelings, how they respond to things, how they react to things. Oh, your father? Okay, my mom. And they don't respond in a natural way. or they don't even hear things in the natural hearing. It's like they pick up little things that really is not being said or done. Um, for instance, like I said, my neighbor next door, she has a mentally ill daughter, and she's 33, but she's a little thing. And with her, it's like she's always on attack, always on attack. So, and before she wasn't like that. So I would say so bad, but you could tell something was there. And she's a fighter. People that have mental illness, they go through certain things. Um, some can be quiet, some can be drinkers, some are use drugs. For instance, I think she got hold to something she had no business getting hold of, and it just extra triggered her brain. 100% mentally disabled through the VA. Oh, okay, yeah. Your dad probably seen it a lot when he was in the service, and that's another thing. When people go to things trigger mental illness, you know, it's not like it just happens. Something triggers mental illness, and for instance, like Mohawk Mike motorcycle was saying, his dad had to dealt with mental illness because his dad was a vet. So back then, I'm quite sure he's seen a lot of killings. And when you see that like back to back to back, when you go to the army or anything in the armed services, especially back then, not so much today because they're not so much fighting like that today. But back in the day, where they went to wars and stuff like that, it took a lot of strength. Yeah, I figure so, Mike. It takes a lot of your mental to deal with that because number one, you're being trained to protect and serve and kill. That's number one. And when they go into the army back then, they go through training, but I think they just don't expect what they be going through. So when you see a lot of deaths back to back to back to back to back to back to back, and you in position with your homeboy next to you, and your homeboy's head gets shot off, and all you can do is just look at him, and it takes you somewhere. It takes you somewhere. So they come out, they don't get fixed while they there. It's when they come out and come home, they're mentally messed up from all that they've seen and there and experience. So it takes their mind through a whole lot of stuff. And and also too with some of our young adults, with experimental drugs, they start taking, messing with this and messing with that. And next thing you know, they get something bad in their systems and it goes straight to their head. K2 is the number one in the community that's doing a lot of mental to to people in the community that mess with that crap. And they're fast moving, that everything is quick. Everything is quick, 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 quick. And they don't rationalize quick. And it takes them to another place. They told them to take LAD for LAD for PTSD. Yeah, but they should have helped him along when he was in the service, because a lot of our servicemen, they come home and they're just not right. Even my dad, he was in the Navy. He was in the Navy, and I wouldn't say he seen a lot. He done a lot, but it didn't take him, over the top. But my mom, hers was lifestyle. Doing too much at a young age, having too many kids at a young age, where she had 8 kids and had to been started out maybe 14, 15. No, she had maybe about 3 kids then of her own. Her mom passed away at a young age through childbirth. So that left her dad with 10 kids to raise. Now, my mom is the oldest girl. So she couldn't never live her life how she wanted to because she had kids of her own. And then she got 10 more kids that her dad was forcing her to take care of, She from the South. You know how them down South folks was back then. And she would always try to take her kids and go. But every time she take her kids and go, he would, mm-mm, you come back and you help me with these here kids. So it developed a mental with her, having too much of a burden put on her at one time, and she would nothing but had to been about 16 herself with 13 kids to raise. It's a lot. So it messed her up, her mental. Oh, you say hallucinations? Yeah. Okay. You said LSD? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Back then, it would, and they come out and they start mess with, a lot of vets would mess around with heroin to kind of escape what they've been through. So, with dealing with mental illness is a beast when they can't get the right things to help. And then with society, they really don't help them because with the young lady, they tend to have a record. They tend to have a mentally ill record. So when you have a mentally ill record here in New York, the most they're going to do is take you to the hospital, unless you're underage or something like that, or you out there probably like taking people's lives and stuff like that, which there are a lot of mental ill people that's out there doing that. And until they really, really hurt someone is when everybody takes it serious. But they shouldn't wait until it gets to that point, because I guess society feels that why waste money on somebody that pretty much ain't got nothing? Why waste the taxpayers' money? So let them come in, give them a little shot or something, put them back out in the street. And the day they put them back out in the street, something happens. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was around my sister's way. And it was in the news and everything like this. This guy just driving his bicycle, 50-something-year-old man, and this young guy, mentally ill, just took a stick and just started whacking on him. Just whacking on him. And the man looks like a little rag doll. He had a bat. And he just kept bludgeoning the guy. And being that the man was like short, people think he's a little boy, and he's not moving anymore. And the guy just stood there. The cops arrested him and everything like that. But he didn't run or anything like that. He just stood there. What was his reason? He had none. Just because in his mind, somebody looking at him the wrong way. So just here, Sister Hope. No problem. No problem. Yeah, 13 kids to raise. It is a lot. It does a lot on a young teenager that's trying to get through life and raising their own kids. So it's just sad to see. And for us that have to deal with, society has to deal with it, it's annoying. It is annoying, So the parents, after a while, they have to get, in order for them to get help when they're over age, they need to get a court order to have them put into a mental institution to get some help. Now, my neighbor, she got a little messed up on herself. So she wants everybody else to take care of her problem. She goes through this, she goes through that with her daughter. She kicks on the door. She just go through this and it's every so often. She just triggers. And so she wants because she can't do nothing with her. She wants somebody else to do something with her. So when she goes out there and she's fighting this one, she's fighting that one, she expects for them to take care of her problem. I told her I said, no, you had her, what's going on with her. Somebody's going to wind up killing her. So before somebody wind up killing her, you need to do something with her. Because I don't want to, regardless of what, and we know it's a mental problem and it's annoying, but I don't want to see nobody get out there and get killed because pretty much their mindset ain't right. Because they letting a substance control their mind, and it got so bad that even without the substance, they're still not so. But that substance ain't nothing but the devil, and it's controlling them. Do this, do that, do this, do that. So, hi, Trigo. Yeah. Violence is the language of the unheard. Exactly. You got that right. Motorcycle, motorcycle Mike. You got that 100. You got that 110% right. And then when you wind up hurting them, who's in trouble? Who's in trouble if you wind up hurting them? Let me see. I got the right. So it's like crazy. But this girl, men have beaten the pope out of her, and that's not good. That's not good. And she'll quiet down for a minute. She'll go out there. She'll start getting high again, and she's back at the same boat again. So it's just sad. It's just sad. Today she had an argument with someone, a 15-year-old girl, and her cousin, because in her mind, somebody said something to her. Ain't nobody say nothing to you, girl. And her mom ain't no more help, because all the time they out there, she got her little friends and they did what they did, which they did what they did, and she kept mouthing off and mouthing off. But the sad thing is, through all that time, and the little girl mother had called the police, stuff like that, her mom was in the house all the time, looking through her peephole, watching everything that's going down. Now when the cops come, you want to come out and say, yes, you did hit her. Yes, you did. You're not coming here. I told you not to come around here no more, this, that, and the other. But had something had happened, had your daughter flipped and would have hurt this little young girl, you just would have stood in the house and kept the door closed and act like you was blind and all the time you see and know what's going on all the time. I can't get with that. I can't get with that, you know? So I just let her know this was a while in advance. And I'm weighing holiness is still right. I'm weighing holiness is still right. But I'm going to tell you, don't let nothing happen to my daughter because of your child. If they, ever cross roads from what your child thinks or whatever case may be. That's the only thing I can say. That the chips fall where they may. I don't believe in violence, but I'm sure going to take care of mine, me and mine. That's for sure. All right? So you can only trust yourself in God. Exactly. And I believe in God. God ain't raised no punks. We know certain battles belong to him. But also, too, there is no way that I'm going to let somebody, because of their mental illness, get away with thinking they can do something just because they think that some of them think that they can. That ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. And you see a lot of that with these young people out here. Their parents throw them out. They can't deal with them. They don't want to deal with them. So they take them and they throw them out. They may have been on drugs. They may be getting high or whatever the case may be. Instead of seeking them help, they just put them out in the streets. So now you're making them a society problem because you're not trying to help them. You're just, open up your door, going about your business. But now people out here, they getting hit, they getting hurt, stuff like that. They're getting stabbed, they're getting punched, especially the elderly, all because of the people that's mentally ill and just do it just because. Just because. I think it's wrong. I think it's 110% wrong. If I know my daughter have any type of issue, I'm going to try my darndest to make sure I seek help for her. And to be sure, if I have to tie her down and slap medication down her throat, she's going to take it. So I'm that type of parent. Some just don't care. Let them deal with it. I ain't got to deal with it no more. Let them get arrested. I ain't got to deal with it no more. That's how they feel. And it's sad. You can only, I read that. Positive vibes, always the strongest vibes. Yes. Yeah, so you're on it, sis. Wish I could hug you right now. We'll talk. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, you can give me a virtual hug. Yeah, but I'm a no nonsense mom. Trust me, I'm a no nonsense mom. But I just want the girl to get some help. I want her to get some help before her mother be have to pull out a black dress, and look at her like this here. That ain't good. That's not good. But we have to stay prayerful for people like that. We have to stay prayerful, and not only stay prayerful, but also you have to stay wise and alert. And that's just on people in general. People in general, because everybody with a smile is not mentally here. Everybody that's quite not mentally here. You don't have to look a certain way to detect, yeah, he got a problem, she got a problem. Some people dress up just like me, and nutty as a fruitcake. Nutty as a fruitcake. Once they start opening up your mouth, you be like, whoop. Yeah. You felt it? All right, motorcycle Mike. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I just want to talk about that. With my mom, she, like I said, she dealt with mental illness pretty much all her life. All her life. She did some strange things too. Trust and believe. She did some strange things. So yeah. Oh, I think my connection is. Hope my connection is not messing up here, guys. I see it say my connection is unstable. So yeah. So it took me as an adult to understand and talk to the older siblings that had left the house. What's wrong with your mom? So as I got older, I understood, and I got the story of what happened, of what happened. So, and it's sad, but she got better because as she got older, what can you do? You can't, you're not fast like that. You ain't moving around like that. So, you're not, she finally, I would say my mom got more stability in her life in her 60s, close to her 60s, I would say. Yeah, close to her 60s. And just crazy, just crazy. So I want to talk about mental illness because anything I talk about, some things, a lot I've done been through, and or know somebody that has been through, or somebody needs to hear. Because no need to be shame in your past, because your past is your past. And if it wasn't for your past, you wouldn't be here now doing what you do now. So my past, being brought up by a mentally ill mother is part of my past. It was rough. We grew up on the rough side of mountains, but through it all and all her mental illness, we still loved her. That was our mother. We still loved her. And what more can I say? My mom passed in August, 66 years old. Okay. My passed, oh, that's strange because the day we buried my mom, I have not been back to, what is it, Rose Cemetery in New Jersey, Rosedale Cemetery in New Jersey. I have not been back there since. And it's been more than, had it been more than 10, 15 years, something like that. But I have not been back to, for some people, it's a comfort to visit a grave site and hold on to those memories and stuff like that. For me, it's a release because of my spiritual. I know there's nothing there. Once the soul leaves, that's it. There's nothing for me to look at. There's nothing for me to talk to. Going back to talk to a tombstone. So for me, it was it's nothing that I would go back for. People used to think I was crazy. You never went back to your mother's gravesite? Not even once? Not even once. Not even once. Never went back. And the day we put her in the grave, I told my sister, Catholic friends, I will never come back here again. And I never did. And it's not no rhyme or reason. It's just that my spiritual, there was nothing there for me to go back to. We just buried the shell because the spirit is gone. So she's forever in my heart. Plenty of memories. We got good memories too. Plenty of good memories, you know, good, bad, and indifferent. They still my memories. And she still lives in my heart. And every year her birthday would come around. I will always think about her. Always think about her. Matter of fact, she had a birthday that's passed. And I would just give it a quick thought, you know, happy birthday. And me and my sister would sit there, we'd say a few things, and that's it. That's it. Then what can I do? I can't bring her back. So, but one day I will see her again. And I know God fixed that mind. Because she knew the Lord. 110%. She knew the Lord. That's for sure. And she did gave her life back to Christ. We made sure of that way before she got sick. And that's that. Hey, Grace Joy. Hey, CJ Mendoza. Hey, Miss JoJo. Let me drop your just sitting here talking about mental illness within the family. Sure is. Talking about mental illness within the family. And that's something, like I was telling them, that's something that I dealt with all my life as a child with my mother. Motorcycle Mike said he dealt with a lot of that with his dad. His dad was in the service. You know, his dad was a vet, so you know how that goes with them seeing so much, you know, in the service and whatnot. But mental illness is real, and it has its severity. It has its severity in it. You don't have to be one crazy to be mentally ill. So I had did a topic on that before. So I just, you know, like I said, an incident happened with one of my neighbor's daughters who's mentally challenged. I don't know, she's not mentally challenged. She has mental issues. Mental issues, yes. And I know her mom gets be sick and tired of being sick and tired, but you have to help. You have to help them. They're in no condition to really help themselves. I just figured like that, her mother will never find no peace. She gonna, and I told her, I said, she's gonna drive you into an early grave. Let me drop Grace Joy. And that devil spirit, because it's not the person, it's the spirit that they're carrying. That spirit ain't taking me a place. Nope, I'll kill that spirit before I let it kill me. Let's see. Let me get Grace Joy up here. You know, you make sure you guys socialize while y'all down there. Listen to me yak on. So I hope all you guys had a great day today. But like I say, mental illness is emotionally. They're hearing, they're listening. Yeah, it's a spirit. It sure is. It's an evil spirit. It's an evil spirit. depending on the severity of it. It could be an evil spirit. Keep me in prayer. I can relate to family with mental illnesses. Yes, I understand. Like I was just, maybe if you was up in the bushes and heard me talking earlier, or I dealt with all my life because my mother had mental illness. My mother had mental illness, and she was no joke with hers. Her mental illness was, like I said, some is drug addictive, some is just life. Like I said, with my mom, she had 3 kids of her own at that time. It's seven of us, 2 passed. So having 3 kids already, and then her mom, who died at a young age, because I never met my grandmother before. I wish I would have, but she was long gone by the time I was born. And she passed of childbirth, because she had kids back to back to back. She had 10 kids, and she was a young woman. And I think she passed in her 30s. So imagine 10 kids, and you died at childbirth with your 10th child. And you have your 15, 16-year-old daughter who have 3 kids, now raising 13 kids with a strict down south country father that, on a farm. That's a lot. Hey, Sam New World. Haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so it's no joke. It will take you to a place where you feel you cannot come back from. Mental illness will take you to a place where you feel you cannot come back from. Or it's hard. The mind is something else. As they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. That is no lie. It is no lie. When you get idle with that mind and don't use it for to be busy and keep active in a positive way, and you just sit back nonchalant and idle, a lot of spirits start flowing your way, and you start doing stupid things and getting into stupid things. And next thing you know, the devil done hooked you. He done hooked you. And now he got a stronghold on you because now you're under his grip. And do you have the power to get out? It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I'm with my basketball team because our teammates passed away yesterday. He harmed himself. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sam New World. We definitely keep him in prayer. Just tell me his name and I'll definitely keep the family in prayer. Sorry to hear that. Miss JoJo, I can relate. I have family members too. We all, Miss JoJo, like I was telling CJ Mendoza, we all have family members with some type of mental illness. We all have them. We all have them. Just as well as every misfit or whatever case may be in this world, we all have one in our family, and even we as a people, we go through a little mental illness ourselves. And I know in this past year, everybody in the world, even down to the kids, has some type of mental going on for a minute. Man, we've been shut in for a whole year. And I would say in the first 6 months, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was happening. We didn't know how we were going to eat. We didn't know how we were going to survive with this, that, and the other, because the devil was running rampant rampant. He was running rampant. So therefore, when you live in your day-to-day and doing your day-to-day and going to work and coming home and paying your bills and stuff like that, and all of a sudden the brakes get on there, everybody at the same time, the brakes got on, something starts going up here. The first thing starts spinning. What I'm going to do? Where I'm going to go? I got to get this. I got to get that. My money's going. That's a sign of a little mental illness. Mental illness don't have to mean that you're crazy, but it's a form of mental illness. It's something messing with your mind that you can't just grasp. You can't grasp. And all of us, and can't nobody tell me that they wasn't. All of us went through it. All of us. Because we're human. We're not made to be in the house. We're made to get out there, do what it needs to do to take care of self, family, or whatever. We used to taking a walk, even if we go around the corner and come back. We used to talking trash outside and the whole nine yards. We had our own little habits of doing our daily. So our daily got the brakes put on. And when those brakes put on, we all felt it. And whoever said they didn't, I'm sorry to say, the devil is a liar, because yes, you did. Yes, you did. You human, you felt something. Now, as times got better, things started lightening up a little more. You got more of a grasp on it. You got a hold to self, and you persevered. You start pushing through that mess. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me get this here together. Wait. And when you do that, wait. In other words, you saying, devil, back up. I got control of this here thing. God, you start calling on the Lord. Lord, help me with this. Lord, help me with that. Lord, show me this. Lord, help me to get this. And that's how a lot of us made it through. A lot of us made it through. I just saw somebody. Did somebody come into the room? Let me see. My journey. You are so on it. Thank you, thank you. His name was Tanner. Okay, I'm gonna put Tanner. I'm gonna put. This is my prayer book. She who kneels before God can stand before anyone, and I stand by that scripture. Because Lord knows when I go down in prayer and when I come up and get on these 2 feet, the devil better back up and watch it. That's right. I get like a lion. I do. I get that fire. I get that fire and I get that Holy Ghost fight. I sure do. Yes. I will put Tanner in my prayer book. And I do, don't get me wrong, CJ Mendoza, I had you in here from your house, and I just kind of like checked that off because God did it. But I would definitely keep you in there with my family. I mean, for your family members, and Tanner also. Yes. For a struggle, yes it is. Amen. He was like a brother to us. If I'm not being too, or if you can say, because when it comes down to our young adults, I am an activist when it comes to our young adults. When I say young adults, I mean from 10 to like 21, 22. I rally for them. I go hard for them because most of them don't have a voice. Most of them don't have a voice, and most of them are out in the streets because of a home situation. Like I said before, you can't throw your child out at 18 and expect them to get out there and get a job and do this and do that and do this and do that. They're only 18. They haven't even experienced life yet. So you can't say, you're a man now, you're a woman, because homeboy in the room, that ain't his daddy, don't want him in the house no more. Or homeboy or homegirl in the room is trying to get next to your child and you don't believe what they saying. So they have to go because they're a liar instead of you checking homeboy or homegirl up in that room. So a lot of our young adults, they go through a lot. They have feelings and emotions just like us. And most of them, they get thugged out. They get thugged out for a reason because they're out in the streets and they're trying to make it, so they turn to drugs, trying to sell to make $1. or her mama either home sitting on her behind, don't care what he out there doing, long as he bringing her a couple bucks, she with it, or he thrown out for whatever reason may be. No, our children sometimes not perfect, but if you're on your child and you're that type of mom or dad that said the streets ain't gonna have mine, you're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure yours is on the right track. You're gonna make sure do everything. My daughter tell you, get out of line. We're gonna do something with that. Because as a girl child, when you're a mom and you're raising a girl, girls tend to challenge their mothers. Boys, I think they stick a little bit more closer with their mom. They hate to see their mom on drugs or alcohol, and they're right there because it's embarrassing to them. That's their mom. That's their first love is their mom. So they don't want to see their mom out there like that. So they tend to get offensive and stuff like that. And they tend to fight and get into a whole bunch of garbage because somebody out there either talking about their mom or they see their mom out there in the struggle looking like who knows what and why. Girl children, they challenge their moms a lot. Sometimes they think they're on our level. You'll never be on my level. You'll always be down here. As far as being my child. Yeah, you can be up here career-wise, educational-wise. You can touch the moon and the stars. But as for respect and conversation, you're not my friend. People that say, oh, my daughter, my child, my friend, is that another? I always tell them, what do friends do? Friends fight. Friends argue. Friends don't respect each other. Friends go their way. Friends some get jealous. Friends think they're better. Friends act like, tell her to shut up. She don't know what she's talking about. I will never, and she'll tell you, I was never her friend. You're always going to be my daughter. We can have conversations to the moon and back. We can talk about anything. But I'm going to talk to you like you're my daughter and not my friend. Because I don't talk to my friend like they're my daughter. So they tend to be a little more challenging, because especially when it comes around the boy time of the season, when they get things to growing and the hormones start arranging and they start a little dating and all that type of stuff. That's when it's okay. I see what's coming. Let me kind of put the brakes on this here, So I think their girls are a little more challenging. And we had our challenges. Don't get me wrong. We had our challenges. Yes, we did. She ain't like me. She couldn't stand me at one time. I said, that's fine. I expect you not to. Because I'm your mother. But I tell you one thing. You will respect the journey that I'm taking you on. The road to being something to somebody. You may not see it now, but you'll see it after a while. And when you do, you'll say thank you. We went through that for a bit. Now, she has a daughter. And I told her, what comes around, goes around. Because it's human nature. We live in a world of sin. So we're coming out of the womb into sin. So we have to grow. We have to learn in sin. And we're going to do some crazy, outrageous things sometimes. But it's all for our growth and his glory. Because we're going to call on the name of Jesus. You're going to need that help. You're going to need that help. Let me see what's happening down here. Hey, Mrs. So you all right? Thank you, Miss JoJo. My son turned 21, February 22. Not an easy age. I understand. Boys, they challenge their dads. They do. Because dads have expectations in their kids. Want them, got the man up. Got to do this man thing. And they figure you a dinosaur. What do you know? You old. Yes, I'm his only dad. Exactly. You're his only dad. And trust and believe, through it all, they love us, but they don't like us. And it's fine, because guess what? I love my mentally ill mother. I love her. And a lot of times, I sure ain't like her. I ain't like her. Sure didn't. And I think we all go through that. We all go through that. Nothing new under the sun. Hey, Sandra Brooks Brown. Just up here talking about mental illness, how real it can be, and there's different levels of being to the mentally ill. You don't have to be crazy. Sometimes the mind go through things. We just have to snatch it back. Just have to snatch it back. Get Sonya Brooks Brown up here. What's that movie? Oh, it's that movie with hey sis, good evening everyone. Okay, hey Sonya. My niece has one, she's bipolar. Yeah, bipolar is a part of mental illness because the mind is chemically imbalanced, good and evil, chemically imbalanced. I'm gonna always keep it spiritual because that's what it is, chemically imbalanced with two spirits. One is telling you this and the other one tell you that. And the one that's telling you all the wrong things is overpowering, your way back to Christ, into your way back to being you, in the way back to being self. It's a struggle. It's a stronghold. It's a struggle. And sometimes it do takes a little medication in order to bring yourself out of it, to bring yourself back. What's that movie with Angela Bassett? She smokes a cigarette and she turns around, she just tosses it and the house catches on fire. I forgot that movie. I think it's a Tyler Perry movie. I love olives. I think it's a Tyler Perry movie. That's how my mother was. Up in smoke. Waiting to exhale. Yes. Thank you, CJ Mendoza. Waiting to exhale. My mother did a waiting to exhale. Yes, she did. Lord help her. One day I need a couple of friends said she said if she ever wrote a childhood book, she would have to get paid for it because she ain't telling her story up here for nothing. But we feel two different ways. She don't like to talk about her childhood so much. I don't mind. To a certain extent, I don't mind. Because we all have a childhood. We all got a story. We all got a story. Some are worse than most. And where I think mine was horrible, there's somebody else, theirs was just as worse as mine. Theirs was just as worse as mine. So, you love that movie, Waiting to Exhale? Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good movie, yeah. Like I said, mental illness is a hard thing to deal with. It's a spirit from the pit of hell, and it's a hard comeback. It's a hard comeback. Like I said, I think my mom got more settled in her spirit, in her mind, when she got much older. I wish I could have my niece. I am always asking my sister, have she talked to her? Oh, she's just out and about, because with some people with mental illness, they take to the streets. And I cannot see myself having a child or even a family member that I know that has mental illness and they're just out in the streets, just out and about, and nobody don't check on them. I don't think I could do that. I would have to go find them, at least look at them and make sure they're okay, even though their mind may be elsewhere. Because sometimes when you talk to them, they come back for a little bit. And when they come back for a little bit, that might be the one time when you could say, you want to go to the hospital or somewhere where you can get some help? And they might say, and go with you. And that might be the time you can get them to get some help, opposed to just leaving them out and about. But also too, depends on how long they're out there. You have to be careful because you don't know where their mind is, even with their family. You don't know where their mind is, especially if you haven't been around them, a long time. You don't know what they've been through while they was out in them streets. You don't know what they've been through, so you have to be careful. Cause they some strong somebody too. I love to hear about this kind of stuff. I feel like people can relate to having a loved one with mental ill issues. Oh yes. Like I said, I talk about everything. I think maybe 2 things early some months ago about mental illness, because people think mental illness is just being straight out crazy. But no, it's different levels to people's mental. Yes, and it's harder when some family members act like she don't exist. My sister's trying to get our attorney over her medical. It's a big mess. I'm quite sure. I hope she gets it because she wants to help her. Support can be the biggest thing. Yes, for sure. Yes, they sure are. She beat up 8 police officers last year. Yeah. Like I was saying, my neighbor's daughter, she's going through some mental challenges. It had 8 cops out there for her, and she was just popping up. She's more of a pop off with them out. She got that fighting spirit, but there's still a part of all of them that's kind of still there, where they know when to do it. Like she just mouths off with the police because she know they're going to take her to the hospital. So they had to detain her for a while the ambulance came. So she was just popping up with her mouth. I mean, she was giving it to them too. And I know they was like, I could just choke her out. Yeah, they take you there, all the way there. Some take you all the way there. And then you got some that's as sweet as pie. Sweet as pie. Don't bother nobody. They just as meek and mild and soft spoken as they want to be. And the reason why most of those ones are out in the street is because of molestation or abuse, physical abuse from somebody in their home, be it their mother, their father, or boyfriend. Because they feel nobody's helping them, nobody cares. That's sad. That's sad. And they get to a point where that's all they know is the streets. It's sad. My mother is a narcissist. Now we don't talk. I miss her, but she likes to start trouble. Yeah, you was telling me that before. Even with that, that's a part of, a little mental illness too. They feel that they have to be in control of everything, and so much in control that, every little thing. So, all you can do is just pray for her. Pick up the phone. I just called to check on you, see how you're doing, and let you know that I love you. Let me hear your voice. You okay? All right. Talk to you later, Mom. Click. That's it. Before it goes into crazy conversation, or anything like that, or get put out of context. After that hello, you go right into what you have to say, end it, and call it a day. And as time goes down, it'll start weighing on a lot. Because a person don't stay like that forever. Sooner or later, even if it takes until they get older, they're going to slow down. They're going to need that glass of water from somebody, and they're going to wish that that child was there to pass them that glass of water or to help them in that bathroom. So you have to be well in your heart, that you tried and you're not holding no animosity towards anybody, because if that's the case, I should have been, I thank God, because growing up in life, I should have been a drug addict. I should have been homeless. Probably, well, back then, it wasn't about working a pole. I probably would have been a prostitute, I guess. I don't know. But for the grace of God, he's kept her kids, her 3 little kids, covered until they was old enough to get out there and do for themselves. And I was never one for experimenting drugs. I was never like that. Because the first thing that was in my mind, I'm already got a hard life and struggling. What the heck I need with a habit for? So I was never the one to get out there and experiment with hard drugs. Yeah, I smoked weed back then. I smoked cigarettes back then. I drank liquor back then. I drank beer back then. Let me see. Drink wine back then. That's about it. As for those hard drugs that they do today, stuff like that, when crack first came out, when crack first came out, I didn't know what crack was. One of my old time girlfriends, she had got strung out, but thank God she pulled through. Her life is so much better today. We talking in the 80s, going into the 90s, and she's good. She's married and stuff like that with kids, and everything's straight. But she was she had it, and she was smoking it. And I think she had a party in her house or something like that. And I thought that was the most stankingest stuff I ever smelled, because to me it smelled like a burnt car tire. I said, "What is you smoking? Come on and try it. Come on and try it. This, that, and other." I was a teenager then. Come on and try it. I'm like, anything that smelled that bad, because we used to smoke weed together. But I had enough common sense. Anything that smelled that bad, you go ahead with that. I don't want that. I said no. Now, had I, because they say, on the first tote or whatever case may be, it takes you to a place that you keep chasing, that you never find no more. That's what crack is all about, and how they get addicted, because they're trying to find that very first high. I ain't got time for that. So I'm like, girl, you go ahead, you do what you do, enjoy yourself. I'm out. And I left, because that's the way I was. I may not have that much. I may not have the best life, the best mom, the best family life. But I tell you one thing I did have that God gave me: a whole lot of good common sense. Even in my mess, a whole lot of good common sense to some stuff, because some stuff I was a dummy in. But for certain things that I knew that would destroy me, I wasn't going down that road. So I thank God for his grace and mercies for that. Yes. Go back over here. Yeah, amen. So true. I really feel bad, because that's my niece, and I can't act like she is not part of us. And mostly that's her. Oh, Moosey. Moosey? That's her nickname. Is not taking her medicine like she's supposed to. That's why she can't get that comeback. And most of them don't. They don't take their medication. She inherited this from her father. They say generational curses do go down, but at some point it got to be broken, and it takes us to break it, or the next generation coming up. Like I tell my daughter, anything that you felt that I didn't do as a mother, and now you have a daughter, don't be like me, girl. Be better than me. That's right. I want my children to be, well, my child, to be better than I was. Be better than me. And that way I know your daughter's going to be better than you. So the generation to keep on going. I'm going to be better than my mom. Let it keep flowing like that. Let it keep flowing like that. You know, if you show them negativity and you just that willy-nilly mom that party with your kids, act like food is that and the other, what do you think your kid's going to be? Short skirts, high heels, and out there popping their fingers and this, that, and that. You know, we call them ghetto girls. That's the way they're going to act. And then they got kids and they, hey, come on, you know. So what's the kid going to do? And my mother said this, that, and other. I don't care. And it keeps flowing like that. So it has to be a cutoff point somewhere. We have to cut that mess out. Got to cut that mess out. Yeah. Yep, it's that crap. Smells like burnt metal. It do to me. I can't and will not ever do drugs. My ex was hooked on that mess. That's why I left you. But when I found, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yep, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I tell you, time flies when I be running up here running my mouth. Always ask you, what y'all want to talk about? That's on my tired days. Today I wasn't tired. I said, let me get up here and run my mouth. I eat owls like grapes, y'all. Sure do. Anybody have anything they want to ask or add to the conversation or anything like that? I'm going to upload my video for tomorrow. I'll probably do an upload for tomorrow. So y'all see me with this same shirt on. Holiness is still right. It's going to be a continuation. The next video is going to be a continuation of tonight. Sure is, that's the way I roll. So, any questions? You know, anything like that? You know, I pray that everybody that came into the room, I pray health and strength to you and your families. I pray wealth and the breaking of generational curses. Yeah. Ask God for all his grace and his mercies and his guidance. Your realness is appreciated in unexplained level. Thank you, Mohawk Mike. I have to come on your channel and big you up and come over to say hi, which I'm gonna do. I always have to wait till my chat comes back on because I don't write down everything. But definitely, I'm gonna come over there and check you out. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about or just, you know, bring up in a discussion, by all means, you can leave it in the chat or go to my community page. No, not my community page. You can leave it in chat. Leave it in chat. I'm also on Instagram if you just want to, if you want prayer or anything like that outside of this here. Poop and cereal, thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you. You must be up in the bushes. Thank you. Let me drop that last link. I like for everybody to. This is my give back when I drop links. It's a way for everybody to see your channel and you know, go over there and check you guys out. No, I don't see you pooed in the cereal. You'll have to go to my channel. Go to my channel and like and comment to my last video. Go to my channel, like and comment to one of my videos if I can find you and drop you a link. Yes, I'm in New York, Mike. And you're in, I don't know where you at, Mike. I forgot where you're at. I know you're not in New York. Yeah, I forgot what state you're in. But like I said, if you want to just drop it down in the chat, or if you want to discuss anything like that there. So pray for me as I pray for you guys. Arizona. Oh, hot Arizona. Lord have mercy. But if you ever come to New York, because I ain't coming to Arizona, we'll hang out one day. So yeah. So I'm glad all you guys came in. Out of all the channels you could have went to, your King Lord, but thought nice to come by and check me out, and I appreciate it so much. You want me to drop his link? Yeah, if you could find it, Sandra. Thank you. If you good at that stuff, I can't find those links like that. Yeah. So yeah. Keep well. Over here it's 10 minutes after 9 in the evening PM. So you guys have a restful night. Don't let nobody get on your nerve. Gonna be a long ride to New York to meet you. That is gonna be a long ride. Oh wow, Sandra, you good. Oh no, not Motorcycle Mike. I thought you were looking for food in the cereal. I got Motorcycle Mike. Yeah. So yeah. You guys, like I said, I'm on Instagram. If you want to leave me a message or something like that on Instagram, by all means, go to my community page and hit up my Instagram. You can leave me a message there if you don't want to drop anything in the chat. Also, too, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, you can either drop it here or you may think about something later and you can drop it in my message me at Instagram and drop it there also, and I'll get back to you guys. So on that note, I want to thank all of you for coming in and being a part of my family. I thank you so much. Have a blessed evening. I'm going to be praying for Tanner. I'm going to be praying for CJ Mendoza. And for all you guys, yeah, Mohawk Mark gave me a virtual hug. Thank you. And hugs and kisses, smooshes to all you guys. I love you all. Don't get me. Trust me. When I don't see people in a while, and I know they've been hanging with me for a minute, if I don't have the chance to go on your channel, I like to see when you pop in, because to let me know that you're okay with all this going on in the world. Check in there every once in a while and say, hey, because I try to go on other people's channels. Some people don't post, videos that much. It may be like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that, and anything can happen like that. So even if you post a video, just a little short something on your channel, I know that you're okay. So let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. In Jesus' name, amen. You guys have a great night. Love you to pieces. Yes. Love you to pieces. Oops. Yes. Okay. Good night, guys. Yes, Sandra, I'll be praying for Moosey too. She's going in my book. I don't have a pen over here. LNR. Good night, guys. Tell somebody about Jesus or the God that you serve, But I'm telling them about the Jesus Christ. The love of God. Good night, Sandra Brooks. Good night, Mohawk Mike Motorcycles. Good night, CJ Mendoza 804. Good night, Pooh in the Cereal. Let's see. Good night, Joshua Gabriel. Good night, Miss JoJo. Good night, Sam New World. Good night, Mind's Journey. Good night, Grace Joy. Ooh, good night, Andre. I missed him. Good night, Tygo. Yes. Have a blessed night, guys. I appreciate you too. Good night, sis.